Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. What a big day today. I hope everyone's doing extremely well. Happy Tuesday. Happy opening Gamescom day, of course. And welcome to another OST listen. Well, if you sub today on Twitch, you get a Pokeball next to your name. Shit, I want to sub. You know what? I should have titled this, I'm Not Dead. Maybe I should change it. Hold on. I should change it. I'm not dead. Hi guys, what's going on? Sorry for the jump scare. In hindsight, I don't know what they were thinking with this particular image, but but I'm not dead, which is great. I don't want to be dead, so that's good. I'm very much alive, but it is very funny. I didn't anticipate all of your reactions to that being what they would be, but I have to say I enjoyed the attention immeasurably. I enjoyed the attention immeasurably. But I suppose this would do it. The thing is, they run a really tight ship. Like, I just did the preview call of it, and it was kind of intimidating because it's very like boom, 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 boom. I think they're just edgy, you know. I think ultimately they're just edgy, and that's just how they treat their things. but yeah. So today is a big day. We have, of course, we're listening to the Pronoun Palace OST first. Hey, David, what's up? You finished all the VODs? Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. I hope it was enjoyable. I got yelled at a few times for talking too much and not paying attention to certain things, but I like to think that I had a good time and everyone else had a good time. So today we're starting with Pronoun Palace and ending with Fire Emblem Fates OST listens. And I'm really excited because, first of all, I have no idea what Pronoun Palace is. But apparently it's a word spelling roguelike, which that sounds cool. So Pronoun Palace is an indie roguelike about spelling words. Some of you probably don't know how to spell. Might be a good opportunity to pick this up so you can test it out for yourself. Made by Cadence Peterson and Hazel Fackler, released on June 4th, 2026. That's 2 months ago. The game is openly trans-themed satire made by queer developers, and it's deliberately crude rather than gentle about it. It takes place in a dystopian future where the government has confiscated your pronouns, and you fight to take them back from the party using spells that manipulate letter tiles. Alongside fishing and amphetamine abuse, the setting is an affectionate parody of 1984, taking its dystopia seriously enough to be oppressive while making almost everything in it deliberately silly. Mechanically, it descends from bookworm adventures with Slay the Spire and Balatro as its roguelike reference points. You spell words from a tile grid to act. Wooden tiles deal damage. Plastic tiles block counterattacks. Learned magic spells may shift letters through the alphabet, convert tiles to candy, or finish words for you using wild cards. With plenty more to discover. Enemies fight back by applying afflictions to your tiles, or the board itself, with 5 playable characters, more than 75 spells, over 50 enemy encounters, and an hour of music by Ren Ren. It sits at overwhelmingly positive on Steam with 99% of its 1,209 reviews positive. The soundtrack is a work of a single composer, Ren Ren, a Washington, D.C. based musician who works mainly in video game music and small personal projects. It sits in glitchy, sample-heavy instrumental hip-hop, mostly down-tempo and closer to lo-fi than to the driving synth work most roguelikes reach for. And the sampling runs deliberately strange, Players reaching for comparisons tend to land on off and MF Doom. Though the register moves around a lot more than that suggests, running from contemplative to theatrical to unsettlingly absurd, depending on what is on the screen. And much of it's funky and head nodding in a way that sits oddly against a setting this bleak. Structurally, tracks are tied to specific enemies rather than to areas. Oh, that's cool. And the game's animation timing is loosely locked to the music's tempo. 24 tracks, 1 hour and 19 minutes for this particular portion of our stream. Of course, I'll be talking and listening as we go. And then, of course, Fire Emblem Fates later. I'll circle back to that as we get closer to that, of course. And we've already listened to part 1 of that, which was mostly battle themes and map themes. Part 2 is everything else from endgame themes, support themes, end credit themes, and everything in between. So I'm excited. All right, Pronoun Palace first. Let's dive in, shall we? Author. Yeah, thank you, Mello. Hi, guys. Do I think they could have done my announcement better? I didn't even think about it until you guys reacted the way you did. It certainly worked, didn't it? I expect all of you on Saturday. And thanks, Mello. I'll be doing a reaction to Vampire Survivors, that song, later today. When do I ever get to react to myself? This is actually really cool. I like stuff like this. This is like perfect for a drive. Yeah, I like that. I like the vibes. I want to see if it's all like this. I'm very down. This is an excellent and very comfortable state. I find this kind of music so extremely peaceful. There's a sick game that is very different from this one. What's it called? Restory, where it's similar, but more of a Japanese aesthetic. Where Restory, you are repairing, Motorola razors, but they're not really called that, and like PSPs, but they're not really called that. So it's very chill. Have I ever thought about a Minecraft playthrough? I'm not opposed, but I think right now the schedule's too big with all the games coming out in the fall, so it's unlikely that I would do like a proper Minecraft playthrough. But yeah, preface. What's up, Juicebot? I'm well, thank you. Ooh. sounds like an actual upright bass. I love this muffled quality in there. It's so rare that we have a piece where the bass is front and center like this. So this is pretty interesting, actually. How's the audio balance, guys? Can you hear me okay as well as the music? Good. Cool. I haven't heard too much Genshin music recently, but definitely not opposed to taking a look at some of it because I've been really impressed. I've actually been playing a little bit of it. I don't dare stream it. I know I would just get yelled at by people. That's really cool. Yeah, you could put this on and just do whatever, honestly. It's like so chill. So considerate of him to pre-record these streams. Oh, shoot. That's so funny. Oh, same song, but a different... Okay. This is really rare. I don't know, this kind of music is so interesting to me. You really don't get it a lot in gaming. Yeah, it definitely does. I'm here for a vibe, honestly. It's cool to hear too. You know, it just came out. So having another soundtrack from 2026 that will most likely get not recognized, right? Like, it's not gonna win any awards, right? So that suggests that it shouldn't, right? But it's just not going to be like noted, you know, like it's just, this is how it goes. Like there's too many games. I didn't even know this game existed, right? And I feel like I'm pretty on the ball. Hi, don't I want my hair back? You look better with it. Who fucking asked you, Dimitri, buddy? Let me ask you that. I think a lot of people listen to this and they automatically get turned off by it because it's like somewhat slow or not exactly like exciting. I think we live in an era where like people assume, I think this will be a topic of conversation quite a bit today, but like the idea that if something's not a banger, that means that it's not good, is always often disappointing to me, because I'm not going to say like there's a setting for everything. So like this is great for a drive. It's great for a study. It's great for work. It's great for playing this game, obviously, right? Like it comes from a game. But it's interesting. It's interesting that like music is so flexible and that we can there's something to be written and something to be enjoyed, regardless of like any mood can have music that makes you connect to the mood, right? And that's really cool. I think that's really cool. Headline. As far as not wanting my hair back, I made a choice to shave my head. Yeah, thanks, David. I appreciate that. Listen, if my wife's gay best friend thinks I look incredible as a bald man, I'm going to go ahead and trust my wife's gay best friend over some guy on the internet. Not because he's gay, per se. That's cool. Thank you. This is very funky, isn't it? This is cool. %1,000%. 1000% derp. It's always on the live tab. Always on the live tab for bots. Everything is on the live tab. Actually, this was kind of interesting because it's a little bit spooky. It's a little freaky. You know, it's a little disturbing and uncomfortable. But I like the like applause beat pattern. Like the rhythmic choice to use applause versus, you know. Plus, if you listen to like that violin thing or whatever it is in the background, even though it has a momentum in it, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? But I think too, it speaks to the idea that like music is so unquestionably unique. And like even things that you've heard before, like this is not a sound I've ever like really heard. I mean, I've heard lo-fi obviously, but like this is like sort of a mutation of it. Shut the. Bow, bow, bow. That's cool. Shabba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Again, like I don't think. Okay, so this is retcon. So I don't think it's necessarily sexy. Like that track is not sexy, but I think it works. You know. I do have this random urge to talk about other things while listening to this music. Like, I think it's kind of, you know, it's interesting. Actually, let me pause. I think this is interesting. So I think this is the kind of music that is beautiful with other things involved, right? Like I think that this is really interesting to me. I don't think that this is music that you would just sit like we're doing right now and actively listen to. Like I think it's definitely something you can appreciate, but in my mind, this is absolutely music that exists for other purposes. Now, that's not to say that it needs like a context, but what I mean to say is that like driving, studying, working, carpentry, like cleaning the dishes, did I already say going on a walk, a drive? I think I already said that. Like, putting it on in the background while having a party, and you want some casual tunes in the background. And there is absolutely a place for this kind of music. That's not like a dismissal of it. If anything, it's like a compliment because this music complements multiple different, styles and opportunities. And I think that's really interesting. What's Pronoun Palace? It's a game where the government takes away everyone's pronouns, and then it's a word roguelike. And if people get riled up by that, then, well, why? They may be in the wrong place. Good morning! I think music goes beyond all of these societal structures and societal like arguments. Good music is good music, Good morning, welcome in. Definitely gets some people riled up, but I would argue that those people really shouldn't be riled up about music. Hi, Shiro. Yeah, I'm well. How are you? See, this one's actually the most jagged so far. I can't say I'm a fan of this particular track. This particular track is a little bit too jagged for my taste. Not to say it's bad. I'm not vibing with this one very much. The, like, trumpet sound is too all over the place. See, and this is an interesting test even for me because I'll be honest, when I'm in the car and if a track comes on, if I'm not interested in the track after the first 30 seconds, I'll throw that off. I'll throw it out and just move on to the next thing. Like, I'm not necessarily one of these people that I'm not going to sit there and listen to a track I don't necessarily vibe with, right? But in this particular context, part of the experience, and this is requested by Callie, so thank you, Callie, is to experience every track and listen to it. But also, pushing past like some of my own implicit biases for what I like and dislike and challenging myself. Okay, well, like, what about this do I not like? What about this do I like? What about this is interesting? What about this moves me? And allowing myself to be uncomfortable with or not listen to things I necessarily don't like. Like forcing myself to listen to things is healthy, I think, for me. And I think it keeps me fresh, keeps me young, I think. It's definitely unique. Expanding the taste palette type beat. Well, in essence, yeah. But also, like, this is actually kind of an interesting soundtrack because for the most part, it's pretty similar in terms of tone and style and tempo. And what I find really difficult about listening to some video game soundtracks, this is called Typerface. It's super quirky. Is the fact that interesting. Can't say I like this either. It's definitely funky though. If it's like a dangerous track or a track that's like in a dungeon or a boss theme and then the next track is a calm one, that I can't say That's harder for me to listen to. Yeah, I don't like this at all. That specific noise and choice there is I find kind of grating, but now the saxophones are cool. See you, David. Take care. It's obviously like sort of sassy and yeah, I would never listen to this. It's too random. And I think too, like my palette is a little bit more like a little bit more organized. A little bit more like melodically structured than this. I think it's interesting. Obviously, it's free form and yeah. Okay, man, why'd you do that? Oh, for the Pokemon thing? Shit, I want one too. I gotta give somebody a sub. I gotta get on Twitch later and give a sub. Alright, let's go to Drop Cab. Let's skip to the next song. Okay, see, immediately different. Immediately my vibe. You like it, Derp? That's cool. I respect it. Now this I'm very into. Hey Chemix, what's up? Planning to play more of the games? Haha, well, you're in luck. We just fixed the playlist thanks to one of my mods, Tom. The answer is yes, of course. Go to the live tab. Go to the live tab right now on YouTube. You'll be able to... Yeah, I like this a lot. You'll be able to see everything that you're looking for before waiting for a video, which will probably take another couple weeks. Here you go. Oops. Sorry. I like that. This track is pretty sick. So anyway, you got yourself Kingdom Hearts right here. Man, there's a lot of playlists. That's actually kind of annoying to even look at. Maybe the playlist should just be playthroughs. Ugh. I am. I'm still alive. Yeah. You love the Deltarune? Thank you. I like this track a lot. This is Drop Cap. This is fun. I am alive. Yeah. Great to see you. I knew you would know about this game, Ivy. This is so Ivy coded, by the way. If there's a member of the Marco Meatball community that loves games that most people have never heard of, it's you. Yeah, I like this track quite a bit. That is an incredible mood. hop over to Pathos. Wow. Okay, so that's shocking. So this is this reminds me of Ederlezi, which is a band, Bulgarian, I believe, band. So the big brass stuff. That's unexpected. I just saw that post. That's really funny. No, I'm not dead. I guess to your point, yeah, it's like, it's kind of like, I don't even know what you would call this, frankly. It's like a non-genre, which is kind of unique in its own way, isn't it? It's like 1990s mixed with Eastern Bloc, like. It's pretty interesting though. Jet Set. Yeah, Jet Set Polka might be the best. Oh, it definitely works. Actually, I like this one a lot. Because it sounds like he's sampling, ooh, hey! You know that one track, what's it called? Absurdist, yeah, I hear what you mean, yeah. That's really cool. I really vibe with that. See, that's all over the place, though, which is interesting. It almost like on purpose becomes more jagged and more like it's kind of picks up and shifts with the rhythm. That's interesting. Asterix. Okay. There's about 24 tracks. Yeah, this one's cool. The low baritone crunch in that is amazing. Well, there's a lot of sampling in this apparently, so. Slow down is sick. So it's interesting how slowing down like that actually feels like you're falling into a pit, you know, the way that it pulls on the... Pretty cool. Is this a memorial? Body paragraph. This is cool. Bow, bow, bow. I think this is my favorite track so far, low-key. Logos. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, it makes sense. Logos. Logos in Latin is speech or oration. can ask me a question unrelated to music. Always. No worries. What's up? Yeah, this one's got to buy for sure. Well, they're just not afraid to, like, play, you know, and I think that there's something really compelling. I was just wondering if there was any chance your Fate Zero reactions would be available without being a Patreon supporter. I really wanted to watch those completely. No, totally. I loved Fate Zero a lot, and I'm excited to watch Fate Stay Night here pretty soon, I'd say. It's difficult. So I don't love the idea of the, like, whole, like, grabbing, I know it's, like, a common thing to grab, like, full reactions of stuff and, like, basically bypass the copyright. Frankly, I'm not even opposed to doing it. And it's not like it's, like, it's certainly not, like, morally, like, oh, well, you know, because a lot of these kind of, you know, whatever. I feel like it's, I'd rather, probably not is the answer. Mostly because it's safer for YouTube itself. You know, there's a lot of, obviously there's a bit of a sort of a gray area, right? But, like, it's not like from a place of, like, greed. I hope that's obvious. Like, it's not from, like, well, if you want access to this, you have to, like, pay $10 a month to one. No, of course not. It's more just like it lives there and it works. But unfortunately, probably not. What I could envision, and I was talking with Bob, my editor for that channel today, which I haven't uploaded in forever in that channel, but I really ought to. We'll have a kill video soon of, like, some impressions from the game, from the watching it. I would say the biggest problem is just that, you know, just, like, not getting sucked into, like, I don't know, the standard tropes of, like, reaction to anime channels. And adding a little bit more credibility to it, I guess. But what I could imagine is uploading clips or reaction, like, montages. I could see that. Yeah. I wish I could. I don't know that I want to. But I appreciate you asking, Jay. Sorry about that. Of course. And you're right, Derp, about some of the titles. Not all of them. Headline, preface, retcon. Oh, actually, type, surface, drop cap, pathos, asterisk, body paragraph, logos, ethos, interrobang. Then some of the other ones are less so, but that's interesting. Yeah, of course, my pleasure. Why is it so muted? Is it? Yeah, okay. So it's on purpose. Sorry. That's cool. See, I kind of like the audacity to do something like that because most people would just turn it off. Wax stamp. Dum, 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 dum. That's really cool. Having the super muted but very classical piano with a little bit of this beat in it is kind of like the bottling up of the. So that's all muted. That's really interesting. So it's. It's like a harpsichord. Yeah, so it's interesting because it's like the oppression of yeah, this is really, really, really ethereal. It's like the oppression of the self or something. Ba, 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 ba. And then the I think there's repression in this sound because like all of it's kind of sort of under the surface, right, and like muffled and like it feels squeezed somehow to me. Like, you know, the classical guitar mixed with the classical piano mixed with the harpsichord. It's almost like losing grace or something. Like if we attribute classical music to being graceful or having depth, it's very peculiar. Ethos. Yeah, it felt like relaxing ultra kill. That's a really interesting perspective. Yeah, totally. It's interesting too because it's like kind of thanks man. It's kind of audacious in the sense that again it like is not afraid to just like play. Like all of it's kind of weird and spicy. Showed your friend this game and you already got 14 hours after a few days. Like I love that wail in the guitar. Baby. Like a good meatball. Oof, I like that. And then some of the chant in the background, it feels like it's agonized, you know, sort of this outpouring, out yelling, shouting out. I feel like I'm not adding any value, by the way. I'm trying, but I'm also just sort of vibing, and it's sometimes when I'm vibing, it's really hard for me to switch my mental state. Just voicing my internal monologue outwardly. Like this is totally over my head. Like I don't even know how to like appropriately like talk about it, to be honest. I find it really interesting though. It's not something I would ever actively listen to. Intero bang. Oh wow, yeah, talk about. Oh, actually, this is cool. Yeah, I like this a ton. I think this one and I think Wax Stamp are my two favorites. Good luck with your surgery. Good luck with your surgery. Hopefully for nothing crazy. This is MX. I think in truth, I like a fast rhythm, or like a rhythm. Not to say that I need like, not to say that I need a banger, because I don't think I need a banger. That's cool. See, I like this. It has just enough of a beat. Okay. See, but then it turns and it gets weird again. Wow. That's cool. Fuck yes. That is actually awesome. Yeah, man, I really like this track. This shit's good. Is this a recorded stream? I heard we're holding an obituary for Marco. This is a recorded stream. What joke are you making? Okay, so this is MX. So these are different titles. This is I Wonder If. All right, so totally different than before. But you know what I'm finding interesting now is that the bass is actually extremely prominent in basically all of these tracks. This is like the 5th track that's had this like this hardcore, not hardcore, but like this consistent bass pattern. I think rhythm used to not be as important to me, but I find that rhythm is really special now. Like I actually like actively long for it and find it like really important. Like a slight bit of retro, but it just works. Bum, 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 bum. See how there's more? I wonder if. So this is still the first track. But you notice how, again, there's so much bass. This one's actually kind of freaky. Okay. Failure to thrive? It definitely didn't need to go hard, yeah. That's cool. That's charming. Some slight, like, incohesion at times. Thank you for the loot box, Luna. Hi, Trix. 190 streams? Bruh. Glad you're enjoying what's happening on the channel. What? If you wanna. That's random, out of nowhere. That is so charming. That's very charming. Lena Rain wrote Beastie Ball? Yeah, I think I agree. I think there's something to be said for having fun, you know? Crazy. Hey, Yoho, what's up? They found tomorrow. I'm finding the back half of this to be more optimistic and positive. so interesting to me. It's so good. It's so like just insanely charming. But why is the back half of the soundtrack so more upbeat than the first half, which felt much more, you know? Hola Fred, ¿cómo estás? Espero que estás bien. Benvenuto. Right. You're right. Oh yeah, you're right. If you, they, he, it, she. Ah, yeah, we. Yeah, okay, you're right. Oh, so you get them back. I see. That's... See, these I would put on in the car, no questions asked. It's been really interesting to listen to, especially when we like pivot back to Fate. Fire Emblem Fate is gonna, you know, sound so different by comparison, of course. But I appreciate how here there's like, I don't know, not only is there gumption, but there's also like a vibrancy in this that's really cool. It's definitely much more my speed here. Phone dial. Totally different here. You like how this music basically says, like, don't fuck with me? Right there. It did it. Yeah, so it's cool that when the pronouns come back, we get a lot more attitude in the tracks. It's kind of intriguing. It sounds like Dicey Dungeons to you? Yeah, pronoun. He, she, they, it, them. Yeah, I appreciate how funky that is. I can spell lots of words, thank you very much. And then back here we have this unchuk, which is interesting to me because it automatically makes it more playful. What's up, Doc? Fun. Hey, Apple, how are you? It's very funny. This actually turned out to be an amazing soundtrack to vibe to, I'm not gonna lie to you. Whoa. Out of nowhere. No, no. Oh, man. See, stuff like that. Oh, no. Maybe it'll... Maybe not. I was hoping that would go somewhere. To stay dead. Down, down.
The whole continent now falls victim to onslaught of crime every day. Rolling river. With millions homeless, scores of blood-struck people die.
That's funky, that's fun. I uploaded that before we started. What the fuck? The sax, oh, the baritone presence there is exciting, isn't it? So much bite. So much attitude in that too. It's like, oh yeah? Fuck you, buddy, you know? This is We Were There. Yeah, I like how lively these tracks are. Like, this is so cool. Could easily be on the radio. So fun. Hey, thanks, Static Gamer. Appreciate it. I'm really glad you liked it. I thought you were saying, wow, sheesh. Random jazz ending. Okay. It's just like a transition into a new idea. All right, word. So Pronoun Palace is a game where it's a word roguelike. I read it earlier.
Nobody wants me. I wonder why. Each night and day I pray the Lord above all. Please send me down somebody to know.
This is interesting. See, shit, that like goes. You can tell there's a lot of heart and soul put into it, you know. Like you can tell that it's a soundtrack that clearly is a labor of love. That the goal is to, you know, make you feel. And while I don't necessarily think that, like, you know, sitting here in this like context, it doesn't necessarily hit as much as it probably could or should if you were playing the game. which is actually ironic because this was requested by Callie, and that is actually like a very frequent a very frequent thing that Callie's choices actually bring up often is the fact that they usually require context to really like appreciate. But I really like how it's willing to like lean into it like the expression of the self and sort of explore all of those. I think in this setting, it was definitely like a vibe setter. You know what I mean? Like, I think my ADHD kind of struggled a little bit here listening to this in like a complete, sort of back and forth fashion. But that being said, I appreciate how much like it very clearly wants to tell its story and genuinely so. And it works, I think, really well. And the music is probably amazing in context, I have to say. Especially because, again, like if this is a roguelike puzzle game, how often is this stuff actually coming up in conversation in our like modern sort of lexicon when we're talking about video game music? Honestly, pretty rarely. So I'm glad that we got to at least sit down and listen to it. And those of you that are soundtrack enthusiasts / Marco Meatball enthusiasts know that this kind of stuff is important for me to listen to. And while I don't think I necessarily had a lot to offer in terms of like value, I definitely think it was interesting to listen to and worthwhile and worth paying attention to and worth enjoying. So it's cool. You never know what you're going to find. And I try to keep an open mind. I didn't love every track. In fact, I probably loved only like 3 or 4 tracks out of 24, but I appreciated it. And I think it was cool to listen to. So yeah, let's pop over to Fire Emblem Fates. So this is starting off with Prelude to Disaster. Yeah, so the strings really... Plus there's the dissonance of the horns and things. It's pretty cool how... An interesting pivot, too. And obviously... Right? Classic. Definitely makes your hair stand on edge. Track 4 is your personal favorite? Or... It's interesting because as we launch into the action, we get more of that percussion movement there. That's cool. All right, and then we go to Prelude to Dispute. Oh shit! You see how it's like thump them, thump them. it's all about like the inherent tension within that, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no song preview for this. I think it's kind of interesting how they managed to create a sense of tension for, you know, I know there's a loop here, right? But like basically for let's say a minute 50, we're able to create really distorted tension. Because it's like, okay, so Prelude to Dispute as a title means like, okay, so we are in an instance where we are coming into conflict with something and there's trepidation, right? There's fear in that sound, right? There's like, I don't know what is going to happen. I really hope this is okay because I'm kind of scared. And so that's basically the entire like impetus of the piece, right? You know, whatever. It's like tension. Misery in Hand. Sick. I really appreciate the strong beat on that. That's cool. I actually really like these particular riffs in these tracks. The sort of Japanese influence in these is really cool. Really, I mean, super short and but like, that was like so full of. I really like how that had this implicit power in the. It's really in the upper register. With that flute, obviously the percussion and the rhythm helps it, but it's really sick. Huh? Can I bribe you to listen to an entire OST with a shiny Charizard Pokemon card? What does that mean? All right, Condemnation. Let's do it. Sick. So it's a similar vibe, right? But with the Celtic flair to it and the fast tempo. Like right there. So even though the rhythm constantly keeps us moving, we're actually in a state of like, oh God, you know what I mean? Like there's, but it's not fear, it's actually strength and courage, which is really exciting, I think. That's cool. So you see there how it like, and that's interesting too because it's like dancing. Wait, Crammon, how many subs you have to give in order to get the Pokeball? 3? Thank you, that's nice. Oh, you want all 3 starters? Oh, okay. I don't even know how you would add those. Well, thank you. So you hear how here there's like a dance almost? Right? Love that bass. That bass is super supportive. That's sick. Yeah, that's super cool, actually. I like that track a lot. That's fun. I really like that. All right, resolve light and resolve dark. I'm not gonna... Well, sure, actually. So I like how you hear the resolve itself, and it's pretty bright because of the violins and stuff. So it feels very, wow, that's cool. Really like that. I guess I don't want to call it a Japanese instrument, but like that particular sort of like brilliance in that is really fun to listen to, I think. Right? Right? Like that's really beautiful. Because it's like, it's almost as if to say like nothing's gonna get in our way, right? Like, and there too, it's like, I'm determined to figure this out, right? I also find it interesting that like we can definitively assess the emotion of a thing based on how it sounds. And so the fact that they titled this Resolve and it feels like it's resolving and that it has like a feeling of like we're going to do this. I love that. Right? Right? Like that's a cool sound. So then what's the dark version of it sound like? Because I would assume it's more desperate. Okay, so far it sounds the same, which is fine. It's not the rhythm. Well, it's definitely like pre-show preparation, yeah. Ah. That's pretty. Okay, that's cool. So this is the Celtic version, essentially. That's cool. That's cool. I like that track. Yeah, I like how they're like sort of consistent the whole time. You know what I mean? Like this is like you're like sitting in dialogue and that's playing and you're like, all right, well, listen, we have to focus on this and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like those who visit. You see how like that pulsation is constantly like, we will not be stopped. Like this is the moment. Cool. All right, and then next track is To a Foreign Land. Ooh. Really like the percussion in that. And then of course you get da da dee da 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 da. definitely more on the side, airs on the side of optimism and your optimistic stuff. I like that though. Right? Like it's so, we got this. Focus up, right? It's also kind of like charming, if that makes sense. Pleasure capital. What? Interesting Indian, what's that, tabla? Da 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 ya. And so there's a bit of a almost like a relaxed energy in this, and kind of like sitting back and allowing sort of the world to kind of pass you by. It's like you know, sitting on the side of the road or sitting in a cafe, sort of maybe smoking, or you know, sort of bathing in the feeling of like it's hot, like I'm ready to eat. Like, you know, there's a sort of sensuality, I guess, pleasure capital. You of the light. Yeah, I mean, of course. So of course it's the momentum here that's really thrusting it forward, right? The momentum is what brings it to light. Short and sweet. Da 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 ya dee do 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 dee do dee. You of the dark. Hi, Veg. How are you doing? Ba-da-dee. All right, Guests of Light. I'm noticing that this particular faction's tracks are always very, very poised. And even with like a slow track like this, still has that momentum, pulsation, and movement forward. You know, rum ba ba. Right, like it's very pronounced, which is fun, I think. I'm having fun, yes. Like, who is this that's, like, coming here, you know what I mean? It's, like, clearly someone with lots of power and strength and determination and focus and so on and so forth, right? But I like the aesthetic, obviously, because of the very, like, Japanese approach to it, which is really beautiful. Right, like that sound is so like I am great, I am a hero, so on and so forth. Guest of Shade. Okay, we have lots of back and forth here, clearly. In some ways, this feels like it's like this is the salvation of everyone who, like, whoever's arriving here is the one that's bringing peace and tranquility, and their like best option for the future, right? Now, I would say the biggest thing to me about this particular group of tracks is that it doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily like, it like develops, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Like all of them serve a very specific purpose and then they're done, right? Like it's not like a sort of, I don't know. They don't expand on themselves necessarily, which is fine, I suppose. But it's something worth noticing. As again, if I like sitting here and listening to tracks, obviously in the context it wouldn't matter, right? Because the repetition would be part of the background music, right? But I think sometimes in our context here, it's nice to hear ebb and flow, to hear expansion, to hear shifts. You know, none of these tracks are tracks that I would like play for a non-gamer to be like, hey, you got to check this out. It's like really cool. Like, it's not to say that it's not cool, but I don't think they would understand the repetition per se, which is okay. You know what I mean? But it's interesting. All right, let's go to Homesick Light. Yeah, 1000%. See, this feels like it's behind the. We don't know what's happening. It's behind the surface, you know. I love how it's actually like a ton of. There's kind of like negative space in this track, which is really interesting, right? Because so. Right? And then it goes away, and then we're left with that. And so this is empty space essentially, because there's not a lot of like movement. So what ends up happening is because there's not a lot of movement, we're left with this sort of gasp or like it's sort of like how am I said gasp, but it's not gasp. It's like it's almost like there's a kind of emptiness that occurs in this, right? And empty space is really cool because it allows us to sit still. So it's called homesick. And it's not to the point that it's like, hey, listen to how sad this song is. It's literally like, it's like exhale, you know, it's like a release of breath. It's very intriguing. Homesick Dark. And I appreciate the parallels too. So this is so similar. And in the back, the like bagpipe sound. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Pale Star. To me, so it's interesting. To me, this track, it's like, so again, there's a lot of empty space here. And what I think is really interesting about this track is that it feels as though we are looking out at a landscape and we're assessing if all of it has been worth it, you know? You're asking these questions like, well, is this who I am? Is this what I'm meant for? Is this what my existence is all about? Where is my value? What, you know, and so there's, even though it's interesting, because even though it's slow, there's this kind of emptiness in that I think is really beautiful. Yeah, great. Dim moonlight, so the opposite, the inverse. Yeah, same vibe, but obviously the opposite. A little bit richer, actually. Pray to the dark. Now we've heard this theme before. I actually really like that. Dee-da, dee-da-da. I mean, that's an incredible harmony. You hear how these two are dancing with themselves? That's really pretty to me. It's like we have nothing else we can do but move forward, right? And so our goal is to strive forward and just do it. But it is gentle. Yeah. So simple and yet so incredibly elegant, and I think that's the one part about that particular track too, and a lot of the dark tracks I think I find myself leaning into a little bit more, is the sort of grace that they carry. Now I think that the other tracks carry a degree of poise that's different and unique and interesting, but I like how this lends itself more towards, like, I don't know, eyes closed, almost like it's a sort of reverence, I guess. It's nice. Dance in the Dark. I just appreciate the like sort of like the beauty in this, you know, like the slight sensuality, but really mostly, you know, kind of like this like quiet optimism. You just kind of, you know, it doesn't throw you it's in the face. And what's up, Matt? How are you, Matt Damon? Good to see you. So we're listening to selections from. We're not listening to every single track, by the way. We don't have time to listen to the whole track, the whole OST. The Path to You. But thank you. Great job in the Odyssey, by the way. So yeah, so it's interesting how obviously the plucked strings. This is like sort of this like almost fraternal or paternal or like some sort of like sibling dynamic, or at the very least like there's this just a general sense of playfulness in that with the sharp rhythm, right? Like, right? Because if you were to not do that, right? Like that's what it would sound like legato, but instead we do the we shift up the rhythm so that it has a little bit more buoyancy to it, of course. Right, like so automatically it's more silly. Right, it's nice. I like that. I also like the bass. The bass is fun because it's the bassoon in there essentially, and that's something that's such a common occurrence where we have the bassoon kind of, you know, in the lower register obviously, but it's always like very like, I don't know. There's a sort of playful sound in that that's really fun. All right, Obsidian Ruler. Uh-oh. Obviously danger, obviously distress. The percussion in there is really interesting to me because the percussion fills it with that sort of like, this guy's gonna beat the shit out of you, you know what I mean? Like, horns are interesting too because I think had this guy been, I'm looking at a picture, had this guy been heroic, or watching a little cutscene, had Garen been a little bit more heroic, they probably would have gone with brighter trumpets, but instead, because he's like, you know, kind of dangerous, they lean into that by including you know, the lower brass trombones and stuff. So there's a little bit more of that gas in there of like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Pretty cool. Destiny by Blood. Ooh. That's interesting because it meanders away from it plays into so this is interesting. So it's an aggressively fast piece. It plays into the like the heroicism, but then the heroicism gets quickly interrupted, right, as you can hear, and then it's like cacophonous. So there's like clash there. So there's obviously a combat instance, but there's in Destiny by Blood, but there's this sort of aggression mixed with heroicism that I find really interesting. Hey Jordan, what's up? You're not annoying. Did I ever make a decision on if I'm going to continue Kingdom Hearts this year or not? I think if I continue into Recoded and Birth by Sleep, it'll probably be early November. I'm hesitant to say that I will, but if it does happen, it won't for sure. It won't be in September. I mean, it could very well be the first week of September, which is next week. But I'm going to see how I feel about Metal Gear Solid 4 because I really wanted to play through it again because it's been so long. But if I kind of want to just play that on my own, then I'll probably pop into Recoded and Dream Drop Distance before Fire Emblem, I'd say. Because that's a period of time that I have kind of empty. And then otherwise, Fire Emblem is going to take up a lot of time. It'll probably be the game I stream in September. I think because the music's pretty cool so far. And then, October is pretty stacked right now. So I would say probably impossible, in October because October is Ace Combat 8, which will be the big one. And then I want to check out Valor Mortis, which is a big one. And then Final Fantasy Resonance at the end of October. So that's going to be busy. And it's going to take me into November. And November is interesting because November, unless Ocarina of Time decides to drop in November, the only real game that's there is Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, I know some of you are not excited about GTA 6. I'm very excited about GTA 6. Just because I like open worlds and I like living, breathing worlds that Rockstar makes. Not so much the storyline of GTA 6. I don't really give a shit about that, but just wandering around doing stupid shit in the single player. That's definitely something I want to do. But that's not until the 16th. So there's a chunk of time right there where obviously I'm also trying to make videos and stuff. So I'm not a full-time streamer. I'm a YouTuber first. But my hope is that in that little chunk, that's where I can put some Kingdom Hearts because it's going to be really tough to wait till January to do both those games and then into Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'd rather do Recoded and DDD now or now-ish and then have a fresh start into the new year with Kingdom Hearts 3. So that's my logic. And then December is Majora's Mask because I want to round out the year of Zelda that I've had, even though I ended up playing way more Kingdom Hearts than Zelda. I want it to be Zelda focused to end of the year because I played Ocarina of Time a couple months ago. So that's the game plan with that. So great question. No worries. Hi, Eni. How are you? Sorry for joining late. You're fine. You and this community is such a breath of fresh air in the midst of all this hate and rambling. Oh, yeah, it's cool. No worries. No worries. Hey, Fox, what's up? Which Kingdom Hearts OST is your favorite? I would say that everything that you are saying, it goes to Birth by Sleep. By and large. Yeah, we'll catch up to Kingdom Hearts 4 by March. If not sooner. But January also has Persona 4 Revival, which I will stream as well, so. So, just tons of stress in this, even though it's heroicism, like I mentioned. There's this clash in it that's really intriguing to me. Persona 4 Revival, I'm really excited about. Yeah, that's cool. I would play Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. Dragon's Dogma 2, Dark Arisen, but I already feel like I got my fill of Dragon's Dogma, so I'm not going to stress that. Yeah, Persona 4 is the only Persona that I've ever really clicked with. I mean, I have this like part of me that really wants to stream Persona 3 Reload, but I don't. I'm gonna save that for the new year. Like I just, yeah. I really love streaming. I really do. I also love like playing games and stuff. So like, it's hard though because I also need to make videos because I don't really make money from streams so much as I do from making videos, and also there's lots of music to talk about. So, P3R is gonna take it. Yeah, 1000%. 4 is really cool though, and Persona 4 Golden is fun, and I'm really looking forward to like having a. I know that there's like contention about, you know, how they change aesthetics and like the way the wood looks in the school and blah 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 blah, but I don't really care about any of that shit. So yeah, I wish I liked Kingdom Come Deliverance. I gotta say I'm not really a big fan. I appreciate and respect the effort that they went into to make it as they did. It's a very good game, but I personally don't really care for it. Unfortunately. And in fact, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is the only game that I've actually muted to hear the in-game audio rather than the music, because it felt really odd to be like roaming the hills of what's it called, and Bohemia, and having the music playing at all times. It was the only time. The sound design is so good in that game. I also had to mod it in order to play it. So like I definitely, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't really jive with the design philosophy, even though I respect what they chose to do, and I understand why it's such a successful and good game, but it didn't really do much for me. Yeah. Even though I love that kind of stuff, I love historical tourism. So, you know, like that games that I was looking at the Sunken City 2 the other day, which apparently is not great, but the idea of like 1920s survival horror is so interesting to me. But yeah, it doesn't click for me, unfortunately. Warmth is gone. Wow. Yeah, see. I love the pain in that. Man, I love piano so much, dude. That's so nice. Like what do you do when everything's lost and you're, you know, it's all over? You know, like how do you pick up the pieces of a broken life and you know, sort of like own the fact that life is over and life is done, you know? Like how do you pick up the pieces of your life? I think that's always such an interesting concept. That's so sublime. This is definitely the best track in the game so far, not gonna lie to you. This one's really speaking to me. It's so beautiful. Yep, Warmth is Gone is the name of the track. Wow. But also too, like having the orchestra kind of come in and sweep this, right? Because the piano is a solo, like, right, like it's almost like it doubles down on the idea that we're out of time. Like everything is. Has any of this been worth it? You know, what is the purpose of all of this? How do we bounce back? How do we exist in this space? You know. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. That's probably my favorite track in this entire soundtrack, not gonna lie to you. That's beautiful. But I also am a sucker for piano, and I think like there's so much sadness and agitation in it, right? But even though it's so slow, it has this wonderful feeling of just, it all slips through, you know, it all slips through the cracks, and the way that the piano kind of rolls and it identifies in this like sort of singularity of the self. And then when the orchestra comes in, it's almost like the tears come, you know. It's just beautiful. All right, New Power. Hi, Motero, how are you? So this is kind of the inverse of that, you know? Yeah, and that's kind of like unfurling of strength, right? Destiny, help us. Again, this sort of like preparatory moving into action. Right, like, I mean, classic. I mean, the thing is, like, it's really invoking. It's an invocation to, like, a higher being to show up and be present for this, you know, serious moment of stress, right? And that one through line of strings is really interesting in the upper register. It's beautiful. End of all below. So it's the same idea. It's the same thing we just heard with that shifting, yeah. So it's the same, like, invoking of destiny. But in this case, it feels like it's, like, imbued itself into us. And of course, there's the sharp percussion. I've heard this before. You see how too, like, we return. And I almost envision this sort of like in swirling, right? So the first part with the vocals is the invocation of the deity into the person. It's almost as if, like, we gather our might, we unite ourselves, we gather everyone, and we say, look, this is the plan, and we come together. And in this moment, a ray of light shines, and it, boom, shines down on us, and we become possessed, right? And we gain power, we gain something, and and then this quiet moment where, I mean, I'm just making it up, right? I don't really care what the context is so much as I am enjoying, like, the ideas of what the music's presenting. I think that's so interesting, and it's almost like we are enswirled in this light, and in this light, we become a new being. We become a new entity. We become almost like a progenitor of a god, right? Or not a progenitor, but like Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like the Messiah. And then, of course, we speed up, right? The very subtle vocal, too, is really interesting. I say everything's interesting, by the way. That's a really cool shift. Fun. I mean, it's a gorgeous track, right? Super simple, elegant, beautiful. Ember of Hope. I really admire how like soft this is and sort of, you know, what do you do after a giant battle when and everything kind of falls apart and you're, you know, you're still there, you know, you're still alive. Like there's still beauty in the world despite so much feeling like nothing is nothing is sacred anymore, you know? That's very soft. I really like how gentle that is. But again, it's about. I mean, it literally is about hope. Like the sound of like beginning again, and what it means to reset, and what it means to be free. Like the violins do such a great job of sort of soaring up into the rafters, I guess, and giving us the sense of, I don't know, achievement or arrival, right? Like it's very gentle. A Mother's Wish. I really admire this track because it's almost like a mother's wish is interesting. So it's almost as if whoever is the mother, whoever is the child of the mother, sort of takes that sort of internalizes the words and says, you know what, like I'm going to do this. I'm going to honor you. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to launch forward. You know what I mean? It's elegant. It's really pretty. A brother's vow. Same thing, but I mean, same vibes, but different instrumentation, right? So it's the same sort of inert stillness, even though we're moving. Really pretty. Yeah, that's lovely. Same exact vibes, of course. Brethren United. Oh. Man, it's hard to not I feel a lot of weird attachment to this theme. I'm gonna listen to it again. Fuck it. How does this compare to Three Houses? It's better. Three Houses, by the end of it, Hydro, I was like exhausted listening to it. I think it was just too much. I think it was too much in one go, number one. And number two, I personally just don't like Three Houses. And I think that has probably colored some of my perspectives on the soundtrack, which is normal. You know, I think that happens to everybody. I just don't really care for Three Houses OST. The Three Houses OST is extremely repetitive, and there's like 5 tracks that are really good, and the rest I'm kind of very neutral on. I mean, there are certain tracks in this that are the same. But I think like this just has a nicer sound, a warmer sound to me. It's more pleasant to listen to, generally speaking. I don't know. Three Houses is kind of, I don't know. I'm not really crazy about it. Like, I think Awakening has my favorite Fire Emblem soundtrack, and I think Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is going to have my next favorite soundtrack. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really looking forward to playing it, to be honest. Yes, Kremen, I think you're right. It just over relies on that main motif. I mean, look, I love Fodlan Winds, God Shattering Star. What's it called? Shoot, there's one that I can't remember the name of. There's another one that I really like. Something Spire, or no, at Spire's Back, or no, I can't remember. Hi, Noka. Shoot. Apex of something. Apex of Life? No, that's Xenoblade. No, wait, I forget. Apex of the World. Really good. Apex of the World. Another great track. Like those names stand out to me because those are the tracks that I think are the best. Full of Winds, amazing. I mean, trust me, I've listened to it so many times before I was a YouTuber too. Like there was a Rosen cover of Fodlan Winds that I loved. Yeah. Let's do Final Elites. I mean, you know what it is that it kind of, these tracks tend to go somewhere, which I really like. Oops. This is cool. Okay, not what I expected. But I love the enthusiasm in this, though. It's so nice. I really appreciate the tempo, though. I keep waiting for the freaking Fire Emblem like theme song to come in though. I appreciate the sense that even though it's a credits track, like there's ebb and flow between momentum and yes! I'm like deeply nostalgic for this track. Beautiful. Hey Jiffy, what's up? I love the bells, holy shit. I love the use of the brass specifically. Da, 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 ya, da, 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 da. Wonderful counter harmony with the again the lower brass. That's lovely. That is lovely. You can't help but listen to that and just feel like there's almost like a feeling of pride, you know, pride in a nation or a country that doesn't exist, you know, lost thoughts all alone. Da, da, dee, da. Oh, I know this track. Da, you are the one. Da, dee, da. Love that rolled piano. You are the ocean's waves,
destined to seek life beyond the shore, just out of reach. Yet the waters ever change, flowing like time. The path is yours to climb.
Hey Tofu, what's up?
In the white light, a hand reaches through. A double-edged blade cuts your heart into. Waking dreams fade away.
I think this is my favorite of the sort of vocal themes. I certainly like it more than
With me, a song of birthright
Definitely like it more than what's it? The one from Three Houses. I like how listful it feels. It feels like we're losing ourselves and also finding ourselves at the same time. Right? It's beautiful.
Life beyond the shore, just out of reach. Yet the waters ever change, flowing like time. The path is yours to climb.
I appreciate how it's motivational without being like totally like hammed up, you know?
A familiar disguise. Sing with me a song.
The harmony's beautiful.
Conquest and fate. The black wither cracks beneath its weight. Night breaks through the day. Hard as a stone. Lost
And then that melody is so like I think honest, you know, it's like very heavy.
Just let it flow. All of your joy and your pain will fall like the tide. Let it flow. Life is not just filled with happiness. It may become a rose.
See, in the way that we remove the vocals and just have the strings repeating the melody reinforces and reinstates like the central theme of this being like hope and possibility, you know? Hi, Callie, no worries. I really enjoyed, we really vibed to the Pronoun Palace tracks, by the way. Thank you for sharing that. Really, really interesting. It was the first time in a long time I felt like I could just sit and listen rather than like, you know, be lost in like analysis or whatever. Like, don't you also hear how like beautiful and catchy this theme is? Like, this is not boring. And then there's a very slight key change, but it's not. It just doesn't feel like hammed on, you know? Beautiful. Really beautiful. Yeah, that's stunning. I also actually liked the repetition as well, you know? All right, let's go to Bubbles. Sometimes some of these songs can inadvertently become a little bit like pedantic / overtly like, this sounds negative, but I don't mean it negatively, like overtly anime, where you feel like you kind of lose the like, I don't know, the semblance of like the intent. Really beautiful here. Oh. Da, 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 da. That's very beautiful. Very tender, right? Again, see, this is repetition in a beautiful, beautiful simplicity, you know? I don't mind repetition when it's like this. Like, this is such a mood, you know? Because there is dynamic swell and pullback and ebb and flow, and it's really sublime, really. I mean, it's stunning. Wow. Beautiful. Really beautiful. So lovely. Just simple and elegant. Yeah, I really liked that. That's nice. Thank you to Hydro, and thank you to Callie for today's double OST stream. We are right at the cusp of Gamescom 2026 opening night. Really looking forward to a lot to showcase today. The game plan is as follows. I'll be taking a small break and I'll be back for 1:45. I know the pre-show starts at 1:30. Not really stressed about the pre-show, but I will start the live stream. So if you guys want to hang out, I will end this live stream and start up a new one I'm actually wondering if I can't just keep Twitch alive. I just came in to say you are so sexy before and after I cut my hair. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you, YouTube.